Well, the latest jobs report came out Friday and painted a picture that was troubling for the Americans' workforce. The Labor Department reported that the U.S. employers added just 22,000 jobs in August. Now, that's down from 79,000 in July and well below the 80,000 that economists had expected. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.3% last month, the highest mark since 2021. While those numbers tell where the labor market stands, the real question is, how do those figures affect everyday Americans and how much consumers' confidence is starting to slide downward? Time to bring in friend of the show, financial advisor, Andrew Poulos. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Good morning, Chesley. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. All right, talk to us about these weak job numbers and really how does that affect consumer confidence? Do people just stop spending outright or does it lag behind just a little bit?
Look, I think the jobs numbers on Friday were significantly less than economists expected. This is becoming concerning. We're seeing jobs numbers be revised for the last few months, which is also concerning. So I think the American consumer is just going to start to be a little more cautious with their spending, right? If you're worried about possibly a layoff or rising prices, you're starting to be a little more cautious with your money. So I think that's what I'm expecting that we will see. Holiday season is right around the corner. That will kind of be a telltale of where we're headed economically and how consumers are feeling.
Absolutely. And when does that start to go up a little bit, Andrew, as far as the holiday spending? Does that start in October, as early as October, or in November?
Look, I think we'll probably start seeing some in late October, but as we get into November, we'll have to see, online stores, retailers, what kind of promotions they're running. Are they going to all wait and sort of kind of push the consumer towards Black Friday, or are they going to be stepping up with more promotions and drive the consumer out a little bit earlier? But overall, I'm just curious to see, what's going to happen with that month of November and, of course, December as we get deeper into the holiday season. If consumers just are not spending as much this year as they have in the past year or two, that's going to be a warning sign what sentiment is like and what the future might hold moving into 2026.
Yeah, Andrew, we always hear that consumer spending drives about 70% of the economy. So if shoppers get nervous, how quickly can that slow everything down?
I mean, look, it can slow things very quickly, Chesley. If consumers are cautious and begin to get worried and they cut back. I mean, we're going into holiday season. We're going into holiday season and we're looking at things such as travel, accommodations, aside from retail shopping, right? So there's a lot that could be influenced and impacted by consumer sentiment being more negative than more favorable as we go into November and December.
Yeah, with the unemployment climbing, what signals should we watch out for if we know consumer spending will be down sharply? What should we be looking out for?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think overall unemployment is ticking up a bit. That's concerning. Job growth seems to be stagnant right now. That's also concerning. And so people are going to be concerned that, hey, might I be someone that is impacted with a job loss eventually, right? So there's going to be that going back to the sort of basics that we've discussed before, Chesley, of trying to save up some money, have that rainy day fund because you never know what happens. But overall, pretty much, I think we're starting to see a slower progression on the economy as far as any growth, and this could very well be the beginning of a recession. Again, the Fed is always looking at indicators that are lagging, and so it's typically months on into a recession before we really know that we're in a recession.
Yeah, Andrew, what's the thing that families pull back on first, typically when there's job concerns? Do you know?
I think, look, discretionary spending, right? I mean, you're looking at, do we really need this versus do we, need this to for our household, or is this optional, right? I think the optional spending is going to be cut first by households. If it's something you're going out and you see something that you like on the shelf, but you really don't need it, you might say, you know what, this could wait for later. Pretty much, I got to put the basic needs for my family first.
Last question for you real quick here. With folks worried about the recession, is it smarter to just save every single extra dollar, or do you spend a little bit just to help to keep the economy afloat?
Well, look, I think we live in a society where people spend, right? We're a consumption society, and so therefore, I don't think that everyone's just going to cut back, completely on spending. I think they might be a little more cautious, but overall, saving and having that, that rainy day fund, 3 or 6 months of savings, should you have any job losses or unexpected circumstances, then you're covered to some extent. But so I don't think everyone's just going to cut back and say, hey, we're not going spending anymore. We're not doing any holiday shopping. Some families may just not spend as much. You might lower that budget by 40 or 50%, for example, versus going and spending what you spent years previously.
Yeah, Andrew Poulos, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate all that insight and that good financial tips. And you look good as usual.